I needed a way to attach my new cupboards to the wall, along with the top and bottom to finish the design. My first thought was to use 3 stud long plates or tiles as dividers between each cupboard, which would be fixed into the wall at one end. Unfortunately, the lower edge of the divider left my old nemesis the half plate gap between it and the top of the wall. Setting out tiles under the cupboards, I found that they could perfectly span the length, but I needed a method to actually attach them. The front of a bracket is half a plate thick, so I paired them with modified bricks to overcome the gap. I found that 2 plates and a tile actually fitted nicely under a 2 wide plate attached to the frame, but I still needed a method to attach these to the wall. I really wasn't sure where I was heading with all this. Sometimes you just need to strip it back and start over with what you've learned. So I removed the brackets and replaced them with modified bricks to secure the bases, then secured the frame to the wall using 2 wide plates and modified bricks, filling in with plates and bricks to correctly position them over the studs on the wall. The top was secured in the same way as the bases. I realised that I could actually use 3 2x4 tiles rather than 4 2x3 tiles. I didn't need to do this, but it just looked a little neater using 1 tile per cupboard. I could now fill in the gaps in the wall with plates, bricks and tiles, and finally cap the whole thing off. I took the opportunity here to increase the height of the control room wall in line with the others, and cap that off too, so finally all the walls were complete. I still wasn't 100% happy with the kitchen design. I felt the utensils would be better positioned over a worktop, and the mixer still wasn't fixed down. I needed to get some studs under it, but the rest of the bench needed to be smooth. After playing around with multiple tile and modified plate combinations, I opted to eliminate the small bowl, as it was just causing an issue. The mixer bowl was also causing issues, as it didn't align with any studs, so I decided to just let the mixer hold it in place. Back in the lab, I wanted to add in a refrigeration unit, as I'd spotted one in the film. Now you're probably thinking it should be an easy task, building a frame with a door and some shelves inside, but Lego's flasks are just over a stud wide, and won't simply fit against the wall backing. I could use a panel instead of a brick to give the flasks some extra space, but I was already using a panel to fit in my door mech. I thought that moving the fridge over to the corner would be my best option, so I had to move the workbenches around to accommodate it. The move allowed me to build a panel into the back of the unit, giving the space I needed for those wide flasks. However, it was only after fully ripping apart my wall that I discovered a panel I wanted to use behind one of the benches didn't exist in dark grey. This meant I'd have to spread my bench supports out wider, but I'm a stickler for the details, and I didn't like those white slopes jutting out the end of my nice grey wall. So I had to move the fridge back to where I'd initially planned to build it. As for the door mech, it was only just brushing against the wall, so I felt it wouldn't be much of an issue. I finished off the fridge with a couple of vents for air circulation and a keypad to keep it secure. Perfect.